35-minute full body strength workout today. Very excited about this one. We're gonna keep our bodies moving, grooving, and feeling strong. I know we did a long workout yesterday, so we're gonna make sure to warm up nice and well. And then we're gonna be flowing through a couple different sets. So 50 seconds on, 30 seconds off. Each set has 3 movements that we're gonna flow through 2 times each. A little bit of a burnout at the end, no surprise there. And then 2-minute warm up, 2-minute cool down. So that's your entire workout for the day. I'll be bringing in my dumbbells, so if you have some, go ahead and grab them. If not, totally fine. You can definitely do everything pretty much body weight, I would say. So it's up to you what you have available for you, but don't feel like you can't do this workout if you don't have any equipment. Other than that, that's pretty much all that I got for you guys. So go ahead and grab any water, your mat, anything you may need, and I will meet you right back here for our 2-minute warm up. All right, 2-minute warm up starting in a couple seconds. We're gonna start with our standard squats just like we do every single day. I know that we did legs yesterday, so I wanna make sure that we're feeling great, we're feeling ready for this workout ahead of us. We're gonna keep flowing through every movement. It's gonna fly by, but I want to make sure that we're nice and warmed up. So let's go ahead and take a standard squat. So feet nice and wide, about shoulder width or a little bit wider apart. Feet angled out slightly. And we're gonna go ahead in 3 seconds, in 2 seconds, and 1. Let's start squatting down. So nice wide squat. You can already probably feel that your legs are a little bit sore from yesterday. Yesterday was a great 50-minute workout. If you haven't done it, go ahead and do it at some point. It was really just our longest workout of the month, and I'm so incredibly proud if you made it through, if you're going to do it. Just a great workout overall. So let's go ahead and do 2 more squats here, and then go ahead and hinge over like we do in our warm-ups pretty much every day. And I know our warm-ups are pretty similar every single day, but I like to keep us moving, feeling strong in the legs. We'll get to our upper body warm up. So it's just really great overall to get all of our muscles ready for work. So let's do 1 more here. And then let's take it back to the back of our mat and do our back extension. So nice walk out to a plank, drop those hips, shimmy those shoulders a little bit, and walk it right back to our feet. Let's do 2 more here. Really great. So we're gonna get our legs involved, our core involved, our upper body involved today, and a lot of compound movements. So let's go ahead and walk back to our feet, take it to the center. Go ahead and do some arm circles, reverse, forwards, across your body. We got 35 seconds, so I'll talk you through our first move. So like I was saying, a lot of compound movements, so getting multiple muscles involved all at once, which is really, really great for building strength and that muscle endurance. So our first move, you're gonna grab a weight in 20 seconds, and you're gonna do a bent row at the back of your mat. So nice bent row, back nice and flat, hinged over at the hips. You row to your ribs, you drop those weights on down, you walk out to a plank, and you push up. All right, we're going in 5 seconds. So let's go ahead and get into it. So nice hinge, nice flat back. We're rowing, dropping those weights, walking out to a plank. Nice, strong push up. You walk on back to your feet. Right away, grab those weights. Nice, strong back, nice neutral head. I say this every day, but you keep those ribs nice and pulled in. In that plank, I really want you to focus on keeping everything nice and flexed. So everything from your shoulders to your core to your glutes to your heels, pressing back, and we're squeezing those muscles up at that row and pressing into that push-up. I want you to challenge yourself to do some push-ups off your knees for 2 more seconds, and we're resting. Beautiful. So next move we're gonna go to, you just need a little bit lighter weights or maybe the same weights. What you're gonna do, you're gonna start lunging one direction. So you lunge on down, you get to the middle, you squat on down, you hammer curl, you rotate to the other side, and you lunge. So you go through those 3 movements the entire time. Let's go in 3 seconds. 2, and go ahead, lunge, center, and curl, and lunge. So in that center, really focus on that super wide stance. Back nice and flat, Head nice and strong, glutes sitting down and back. Take your time getting from each movement to the other, not too much time, but I want you to feel nice and strong in these movements. Those legs will start feeling it. We did a lot of leg work yesterday, so don't be surprised if that starts burning very quickly. So you got 9 seconds. Keep fighting through, get a couple more in there. Those hammer curls, really keep those elbows pressed at your ribs. Go ahead and rest. So you just need one weight here. We're gonna bring it down to the floor. You're gonna do a nice leg toe touch and a leg raise. So you reach on up for those toes, you keep that arm up, and you press down, raise those legs back up, and squeeze to reach, all right? We're going in 2 seconds, and 1. Reach for those toes, and bring those legs down. Those toes pointing at those knees the entire time, nice and flexed. Your legs are nice and straight and flexed. Everything's nice and tight, and that core is pulled in. We're breathing here as you raise those legs and as you drop them down. I don't want you holding your breath, but we're fighting through. Keep squeezing and pulling that core, pulling that belly button in like you're trying to bring it to the ground. And go ahead and rest. Beautiful work. So that's your first set. We'll go through that one more time and then we'll move on. 3 of those, a burnout, cool down, you're out of here. So that's the flow of today. So we're gonna start with that bent row and that push up again. So can you step up your weight? Can you do a couple more? Can you go a little bit quicker this time since you're a little more comfortable with the move? So 30 seconds, go ahead, grab some water, walk around a little bit, and figure out your plan of attack on this next one. So 20 seconds, my plan of attack here, I went a little bit heavier this time, and I really want to focus on that row. Sitting those glutes back, nice athletic stance in the knees, and pulling those weights right to your ribs, keeping those ribs pulled in as well. So 2 seconds, let's go ahead and focus. You drop those weights, you walk out, nice wide push-up or narrow, whatever push-up floats your boat. And I really want you to focus on that push-up, squeezing everything, flexing everything, then going down, coming right back up, walking to those toes. In that row, your chest stays nice and neutral. You're not squeezing the chest out and rounding that back. That back is nice and flat. You're rowing to those ribs, dropping those weights, and quickly going out. For 9 more seconds, let's get 2 more in here. Beautiful work today. For 1, and rest. Beautiful work. Lunge hammer curl. So, my plan of attack on this one is really focusing on that middle center area. So, I'll show you from the side. So you go from that lunge to center. The center from the side looks a little bit like this. Nice wide squat. You sit down, you curl, hammer style, and then you rotate to a lunge. All right? Let's go together in 1 second. Here we go. You're lunging, squatting and curling, and lunging again. We're breathing through this, keeping our ribs pulled in. And when we go down, our chest stays up. We're not leaning and hinging over our quad. We're going straight down, straight up, pushing equally between that back toe and that front foot. In the center, we squat down, curl, and rotate. You got 11 seconds. You're done with this move after. So let's keep pushing, speed it up a little bit. For 2, and 1, and rest. Beautiful. We're going with one weight, toe touch, leg raise. I'm actually gonna step it up. One weight. I challenge you to do the same. So, 15 seconds. Those toes are pointed at the knees. You reach for them, squeezing that core in. Keeping, if you want, the head and shoulders off the ground on the leg raise. Add some challenge. Let's go ahead and go together. Nice toe tap, leg raise, and back and forth. Keep breathing. You'll hear me breathing a lot today and in every workout pretty much. But I want you to also do the same. Nice squeeze at the top. You bring those hands to those feet. You don't bring those feet to those hands. Belly button pulled in. Keep squeezing for 10 more seconds. Beautiful work here. That core is nice and warm and engaged. Let's go ahead and rest. So, 1 minute rest, grab some water, catch your breath, and we're moving on to set 2 of 3. Alrighty. So, next move that we're gonna do is a snatch and reverse lunge. So we do snatches a lot. It's one of my favorite movements. And you're gonna go ahead and do that in a reverse lunge. So again, involving those legs, but this time that snatch, that overhead pull, is gonna really allow you to engage your core, your arms, your shoulders, everything. So 20 seconds, it's gonna look a little something like this. So you snatch with one weight, whichever arm you wanna start with. You snatch when you're up, that same leg versus that same arm, you reverse and lunge. You bring it back and you go to the other side. All right, let's go together. Nice snatch, reverse, and back. Snatch, keep that core nice and tight, those ribs pulled in, drop that weight, right to the other side. Now, perfecting the snatch, what you wanna do is send those glutes back, pull straight up over your head, and press into that reverse. All right, you got 20 more seconds. Let's keep going. Those ribs, really focus on keeping them pulled in on that reverse. It's easy to let them flare. I want you squeezing them in, reversing, and pressing right back up. For 6 more seconds, let's go back and forth here. For 2, 1, go ahead and rest. Beautiful work. We're doing 21 combos here. So, grab a nice weight that you can curl, and you're gonna do a little something like this. Full curl up, come down halfway, right back up, fully down. Halfway up, down. It's a little complicated, so we'll go together in this, but grab your weight. We're going in 3 seconds, and it's gonna get those arms burning. So full curl up, fully down. Was that right? No, that's not right. Okay, fully up, halfway down, fully up, all the way down, halfway up, and we're going between those. So every time you come to the top, you only go halfway. Up, halfway, up, full. Halfway, down, up, halfway, up, down. A little complicated, but just make sure you're doing fully up and halfways, and then you go fully up again. So 12 more seconds. Those arms are gonna burn out very fast with this one, but I want you to keep moving. Nice light weight that allows you to push through and go ahead and rest. We're doing some core here now, so we're gonna go onto the floor. You're gonna do a reverse V and a crunch. So it looks like this. You go down, nice light weight on your hands just to keep you stable. You're gonna do a reverse V. So the legs come together in the middle, Go right back down. Do not tap them on the ground. They hover. You squeeze them in. They go out to hovering and reverse. Let's go together here. Squeeze it and pull it in. Lifting and pulling in. Nice light pressure on those hands, if at all, to keep you stable. That core is nice and pulled in. We're fighting here for 30. I know this seems like a long time, but take that boat pose when you need it. Boat pose, reset, and you go between the two. You're only doing this movement 2 times, so know that you only have 1 more of this and you're done so. So reverse V, crunch in that core. Those ribs are pulled in for 3, for 2, for 1. Go ahead and rest. You'll feel that really high up in your thighs. You'll feel it in your core, that lower core, those love handles that we are all trying to get rid of. So that's really great to get pretty much everything involved. Your arms, nice steady stance to keep you stable. You're really involving a ton of muscles. So we're gonna go to that reverse lunge snatch. Can you step up your weight? Can you focus a little more on that snatch, pulling those ribs in and reverse lunging? So you got 24 seconds. Grab some water, catch your breath. Mostly talking to myself here. Breathe and focus. This next set, we're going in 12 seconds. Grab the weight you need. Let's go in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sending those glutes back, pressing straight up, keeping those ribs pulled in, and reverse lunging. Beautiful work here. Make sure you squat down to grab that weight. It's not a hinge, you're squatting. Squat, grab it, and reverse. Speed it up for 30 more seconds here. Let's get the most out of our workout today. We're in set 2 on the second round of it. So you only have 1 more after this. Then your burnout. Then your favorite part probably, the cool down. Or maybe I'm speaking for myself, right? Just kidding. You got 3 seconds, 2, and rest. Beautiful. That curl combination. Let's try and get it down this time. So, fully up, halfway down, right back up. Then you do the same thing at the bottom. Halfway up, down, okay? 12 seconds, grab the weight you're gonna use. Practice a little bit, so up, halfway up, down, halfway down. The words, saying it, I'm not sure if that's helping, but let's go. We're going up, halfway, up, down, halfway, down, okay? Go between those and breathe. Keep those elbows nice and squeezed at your side the entire time. Those ribs are, of course, pulled in. You're breathing. You're feeling the burn, but you are fighting through for 20 more seconds. If you mess up, that's fine. I mess up, you mess up. We all make mistakes, as Hannah Montana would say. So I want you to fight through for 8 more seconds, and we're moving on to that core move, okay? For 3, 2, 1, rest. Beautiful work. 21s, traditionally you do 7 halfways, 7 lowers, and 7 fulls. We don't got time for that. We're doing 1 of each, okay? So that's kind of the gist behind that. You'll see me use 21s a lot in my workouts. It's a really great way to involve your entire bicep, your shoulders, your triceps, everything. So 4 seconds, we're going to that reverse V and squeeze in. Ready? Let's go. Reverse V. Every time you bring those legs out, you kind of lean back too. So reverse V, back, squeeze it in. So that way you're not only working those legs, but you're also crunching that core every single time. Nice, stable in those arms. Again, very light weight in those hands. Like if you had to raise those arms up, you technically could, but you would kind of slide all over the place. So until you get strong, I want a very light hold with those hands. And nothing to be ashamed of. I'm there. I don't want to compromise form just to lift my arms up for 2 and 1. Go ahead and rest. So like I was saying, anytime you need to make a modification, don't be ashamed of it. I make modifications, you make modifications. It's part of the process. That's how you get stronger. It's more important to get the form down and to feel it, to get those muscles used to it so that it's muscle memory, so that next time you go through the workout, your muscles know, all right, we're doing this move again, this is how we do it, and then you get stronger and you can lift those arms eventually with that movement, okay? So, 23 seconds, we're going to elevated reverse crunches. We're going back here, those heels on the ground, and you're lifting up with those arms. You squeeze the knee in, you squeeze the other one in. Those glutes stay up into a bridge. You're on your wrists, you're on your heels. Let's go together in 1. So you're squeezing up, your gaze is up. You're not looking at your feet, you're looking at the ceiling. You're squeezing those knees in, keeping those glutes pulled up, that core and that belly button, those ribs pulled in, and you're squeezing. You're doing great here, feeling strong. Press into that heel that's on the ground and lift the other. Your arms are gonna feel this, your glutes are gonna feel this, your core is gonna feel it. You're gonna feel this all over, all right? 12 more seconds. Beautiful work here, keep fighting through. Squeezing for 4. Keep going for 2. Go ahead and rest. All right, beautiful. Next move, grab 2 dumbbells that you can press up, and you're gonna do a plank load press up. So, if you've done my workouts before, you know I love me some plank loads. So the weights stay in the middle, your hands on the outside. Plank, press back into a load, knees are hovering. When you come back, you hop up and you press. All right, let's go together in 1. You load, hop up, and press. Everything nice and tight. When you hop back into that plank, arms, core, glutes, all flexed. Press back, keep those knees off the ground. Hop up into a squat. Pop those weights up into a press. You got 25 more seconds. Those legs are gonna feel it, and so are those shoulders. Keep that core pulled in. You're breathing, you're squeezing, and you're pushing. For 9, this time is absolutely flying by. For 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful work. Weighted side plank is coming your way. Very lightweight, if at all. You do a side plank. Pick one side. We'll do the other side next time. You will lift up onto those ankles and that elbow, or that bottom knee stays, and you lift those hips up. Arm like this, you crunch at your side, you tap in the front. Let's go together. You crunch and you tap. If you're off, that bottom knee looks the same, just that knee is off the ground, obviously. So you squeeze and you tap. If you're not ready for that weight, drop it. That elbow and that knee, that toe and that hand. All right, if you're on the ground, keep fighting. Really keep that core pulled in, that chest, those hips, they're all facing me. You're in a straight line. It's a side plank. So when you're in a plank, everything's in a nice line. You're squeezing for 3, Beautiful job, and go ahead and rest. Beautiful work there. So next time around, we're going to the other side. Can you step it up? Can you get off that bottom knee? Can you add a weight? Something to step it up. I'm gonna go ahead off my knee next time and maybe throw in a weight. So 40 seconds, we're resting, and then we're moving on. We're doing that set one more time. So you're doing that elevated reverse crunch. No weight necessary. You're on that wrist, your hands pointed at your feet. You're elevated onto those heels, those glutes are pulled up, that gaze is nice and straight and neutral. Wherever your head is, that's where your gaze is. You're not looking down, you're not looking up. You squeeze that knee in and you go to the other side, all right? 4 seconds, we're going together. One last time with this one. Let's go together, here we go. You're squeezing in. Those wrists are in line with the shoulders, that core, those ribs squeezed in. You're exhaling every time that knee comes in. And exhale. Exhale. Keep those glutes up. Okay? Beautiful job. So proud of you. So proud of myself for fighting through this. And I want you to be proud of yourself here too. Reset if you need to. Drop down for a couple seconds. You got 12 seconds, so let's go. Right back up for 6. Beautiful work today. Voice is shaking, arms are shaking. And go ahead and rest. Holy moly. Beautiful. Plank load, hop up into a press. Can you step up your weight? I'm stepping it up today to my 20s. So, plank load in 10 seconds. Nice plank position. You press back, those knees do not touch the ground. Hop up, press. Let's go together. You load, you hop, nice squat. Squeeze those glutes to power those weights up. Beautiful work here. Plank load and press. So it's almost like a double snatch after you hop up. Beautiful. Pressing those glutes, those shoulders. For 20 more. Squeezing that core. Breathing. For 12. So incredibly proud of you. Let's fight. For 6. We're resting after this. In 2 and 1. Rest. Beautiful job. You know what's next. It's that side plank. Your best friend. Everyone loves some core work. Or at least they tell me they do, right? So, onto that other side. Can you step off your knee and stack those ankles? Can you add a weight? Whatever your step up looks like, do it. Let's go in 1. Here we go. Nice crunch. Nice toe tap. Everything's squeezed and in line. Don't power through this. I want you to be strong. Squeeze it. Really engage those muscles. Stay under tension for long periods of time. Everything's in line. Those hips aren't dropping down. You got 20 more seconds right under that. I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you have more time when you don't. As I fall over, we reset and we're back. For 5, keep squeezing and pulling and go ahead and rest. That was your last set. Now we have our burnout. So what your burnout looks like, 120 seconds, AKA 2 minutes. You are doing a pike toe tap burpee. What does that look like, you ask? I will show you. You go into a pike. You tap the opposite toe You go into a plank, tap that opposite toe. When you get back to that plank, you finish your burpee. Right back into a plank, tap that opposite toe, hop up, burpee. 2 minutes of that, then you get a rest. Then we do 2 minutes of one other move, and then I promise we are done. Your 35 minutes is that close to being done. Let's go together in 2 seconds. We're tapping that toe, tapping that opposite one, finishing that burpee. Squeeze back. Everything in line, everything flexed on that plank pike. Your hand reaches for the opposite toe. You hop up. You got a lot more power in you than you think you do. Let's jump up. Let's push back. Tap that toe. You got 1.5 minutes here. So pace yourself. The time has flown by so fast already. So these 2 minutes, you can do it. 1 minute and 10 seconds. You can do anything for this amount of time. Back and forth you go. Fight through. Squeeze that core. Squeeze those glutes. Flex it and reach. Reach and you jump up. You got 45 seconds. Shorter than all of our work periods. You got this. Let's fight and let's speed it up if you can. We're hopping up and pushing back. Find your breath. You got under 30 seconds. Beautiful work. Let's go. Reach and reach. Finish that burpee for 15. We're coming down to it here. Hopping up. Beautiful job. Here we go. Finish where you are for 3, for 2, for 1, and rest. 30 seconds rest. It's not that long. I know. We're going to a kickback and opposite press. Grab a weight. If you need to hold on to a wall, that's fine. What it looks like is this. Opposite foot kicks back. Opposite arm presses. You go to the other side. No weight, lightweight, whatever works for you. We're going together. Kick back and press. Kick back and press. I'm using a very light weight here. As long as you're getting your body moving, that's all that I ask. It's kind of like you're swimming, but standing while doing so. If that's a thing. If it wasn't, it is now. You're squeezing back. That core, those ribs pulled in. You're pressing right beside your ear. And those hips are staying facing forward while you kick back from the front. You reach and kick back. Reach and kick back. As you see, my body is staying in the center. I'm not reaching like this, opening the hips up. We're staying forward and pressing. Beautiful work. You got 1 minute. This is a little bit easier minute than the last one, but that's a fight still. We're fighting for 47 more seconds. Keep breathing, stabilizing in that leg, staying on the ground. That weight comes right beside your chest and presses right beside your ear for 30 more seconds. Here we go. Last little step, last little stretch is what I meant, not whatever I said. My muscles are so tired that my words are going out the window. Let's fight for 10 more seconds, and we're cooling it down for 6, for 5, for 3, for 1. Beautiful job. Holy moly. I'm so incredibly proud of you. Let's drop it down to a child's pose. You got your cool down here. Let that sweat drop. Find your breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Those 35 minutes absolutely flew by. I feel like I just started the workout. Just a little bit sweatier and a little more out of breath than when I started, right? Bring it up to tabletop. Drop those hips down. Do some shoulder stretches if needed. Whatever feels good. Stretch that core. Stretch that back. Beautiful job today. We've made it through week 2. If you're part of the Sizzle Squad on my Patreon, you have an active recovery workout tomorrow coming your way. If you're not, I want you to take active recovery. Let's go ahead to tabletop, weave that arm. Active recovery is so incredibly important. On your off days, which are Sundays here, I don't want you to just sit and not do anything all day. Whether it's 10 minutes of core work, go to the other side. If it's 10 minutes of core work, if it's 10 minutes of stretching, if it's using a foam roller, anything you do to help your muscles, trust me, they're gonna appreciate it. Let's go ahead and take a center sit and stretch those legs. Your muscles, when you work out, when you lift weights, when you do cardio, the reason you get sore, your muscles are tearing, which is what you want. That's how you build more muscle. When they rebuild, they build larger. But the thing is, go ahead and take any stretches you may need. Our cool down is about to end. So go ahead and take any stretches you need. So thing is, when you're lifting weights, when you're doing cardio, you're tearing your muscles. When they tear in a line. When they rebuild, they do not rebuild in that same exact line that they tore in. They get a little rigid, they get knots, they get what you know as knots, as soreness and tender spots. So rolling out, really massaging those areas, it kind of breaks apart those knots and it allows your muscles to rebuild properly. Now, if you don't do this, you get sore, tight muscles. You don't stretch them out, then you go to work out the next day, you're sore, you're tearing them again. There's knots on top of knots. Next thing you know, your muscles can't work properly. You're compensating, your one hamstring's tight, so your other leg is compensating and could put yourself at risk for injury. Then your glutes are overcompensating for something, so you're not working your hamstrings properly. Stuff like this. It goes from your legs to your back to your arms. Every muscle does this. So to prevent yourself from risking injury, to prevent yourself from not using your muscles properly, I want you to please take the time to stretch, to roll out, to hydrate, to allow your muscles that time to recover. That Sunday recovery is not put on the calendar because I don't want to give you another workout. It's on the calendar because your muscles need time to replenish, to refuel, to rebuild properly. And that's what it's all about here. We want to become the strongest version of ourselves, but also the healthiest and most productive versions of ourselves. So I want to give you workouts that are challenging, that will make you sore, that will make those muscles feel like they're shaking uncontrollably. I want to give that to you, but at the same time, you need to take the precautions and take the next steps and take it to the next level and care for yourselves. So that is why I have active recovery tomorrow. Like I said, if you're part of my Patreon group, then I give you that workout tomorrow. It's usually just a little bit of core work, really deep stretches, runner's lunge, holding it for a little bit longer, opening up, and it's usually around 15 to 20 minutes. Super slow, super steady, really stretching out the muscles and getting you prepped for the next week ahead. We're going into week 3 of November. We had our longest workout yesterday, 50 minutes, and that's kind of the, I guess, like sneak peek of what's to come the rest of the month. We're stepping it up. We're into week 3. I've introduced you to my style, to the workouts, and now we're gonna step it up. We're gonna go harder. We're gonna go for longer work periods, shorter rest periods, longer workouts overall, more core work, more leg work, more upper body work, all that stuff is coming your way. But back to the point of it all, I want you to take care of yourselves and take advantage of everything that I'm giving you. I just posted today on my Patreon as well a list of all the products, all the ingredients that I'm usually buying at the grocery store. Recipes that I'm making this week, I am posting as well, so you can make it along with me and we can be part of this together. It's a sense of community, and I want you to feel strong, empowered by yourself and with others, knowing others are there supporting you. So with that, thank you for joining me today. I'm so incredibly proud of you. 35 quick, very strong and sweaty minutes. I'm so incredibly proud of you. There's way more on my Patreon, on my Instagram, so go ahead and follow me on there. Every day this month there will be workouts on here other than your Sunday recoveries, which are reserved for my Patreon group. A little extra on there. We're correcting our form over there. We're picking 2 moves a week that I am walking you through. We did lateral lunges and single knee squats last week. So I break that down. You can see how to do it properly, get the most out of the movement and feel it most in the correct muscles, all that good stuff, prevent injury. So I'll see you guys Monday, unless you're in my Sizzle squad. I will see you tomorrow. I'm so incredibly proud of you. Rehydrate, refuel, replenish your body with healthy, great foods and water, and give yourself the rest needed. Enjoy your Saturday. I will see you guys very soon. Thank you again for joining me. Bye guys.